Welcome back to another Blue Jackets game recap. Game 18, and the Jackets losing again, this time to the Capitals in Washington, D.C. Final score 4-3. The losing streak has now reached 8. Like I said last time, I am beyond caring on if they are close or not, or whatever kind of reason you can come up with as to why. Well, hey, just hold out some hope, they're doing better here. They did not get the result, so I'm keeping the thumbnail as it is with Crying Jordan until they get that win. But I will say something that is positive about this game. Johnny Gaudreau was flying last night, and not just the goal that he scored on the delayed penalty, not just what he did on the stat sheet, but he was driving play when on the ice. It was definitely a much different Johnny Gaudreau than we've been seeing really since the beginning of the year. But a similar performance cannot be said about Patrik Laine, who I like him less and less as a center with each passing game that goes by. Two specific examples from this game that really kind of showcase Patrik Laine not exactly doing the best handles with the puck. So during the 4-on-4, Patrik Laine had the puck down low beneath the Caps net, not behind the Caps net, but beneath it. And David Jiricek is wide open in the slot, ready to receive a pass for a prime chance on Lindgren. But Patty does not even see him. Chance missed there. Later in the game, when it was 3-2, Laine actually does a good job of creating a turnover in the Capitals zone. He does give himself a good shooting lane with some dangles, but then he tries to force a pass to Sillinger. It gets picked off, and that was what led to the breakaway goal. That was the eventual game winner by Lapierre. Just another game also without a power play goal. I did mention that they got a goal on the delayed penalty from Johnny Gaudreau, but as far as official power play goals, once again, Ofer in the Blue Jackets column still can't rely on that for a goal when you need one. And they got a power play late. A goal would have tied it in the late stages of this game, but this team, it seems like it has anti-clutch properties in every single way, and just mounting the power play on top of that, not a recipe for good results. So just another failed push late, resulting in a loss. Another game where they got the lead and they lost it. They lost this one pretty quickly. Of course, it was Sonny Milano scoring again against Columbus. He was the one who tied it up, and that was in the second period, which after Johnny Gaudreau got his goal, went pretty terribly for Columbus, as Protas would get a shot past Elvis to make it 2-1. And then the Jackets on that 4-on-4 that I mentioned with Laine missing Jiricek open in the slot. The Jackets pulling off one of the worst defensive plays I've ever seen in their own zone on the 4-on-4, leaving Alex Ovechkin wide open. You might have heard of Alex Ovechkin. They have a moniker for him called the Great Eight. And of course, he takes advantage, as the best scorer of all time is to do in that sort of situation, and that makes it a 3-1 deficit for Columbus. And again, the Jackets, they did show plenty of fight. They made it a 1-goal game twice in the third period, but the mistake that I mentioned a little earlier with Patrik Laine and that pass he made to Sillinger that went badly for that fourth goal, coupled with the fact that that game-winning goal by Hendricks was a little bit of a softie to give up by Elvis on the backhand, but I guess the response to that would be just don't commit the turnover in the first place, and Elvis would have had to make that save at all. So I'll say something that I say when the Cavs were having issues, and they still might have issues with opponents scoring a lot on them. We'll see how they deal with their tough schedule coming up. But I said this when the Cavs were allowing a lot of points, but they were scoring a lot of points too. It is nice to get those goals in the third period that make it a 1-goal game and make the game interesting, and it gets you to say, wow, the Jackets, they're so close on finally getting one of these to go their way. When the defense or the ability to keep the momentum just isn't there, those goals that are chasing that result, those goals are always just going to be a result of playing catch up. And that's what the Jackets have been really good at doing. They're really good at, if they get in a lead, they're really good at clawing their way back into it, making it an interesting game. But once they've either tied it or they get a lead themselves, that's when the Blue Jacket struggles really start to show up, when it's on them, when they have the pressure of playing with something to lose. That is when this team has just faltered in this early season so far. For the Jackets, again, I'm not quite sure what fixes it right now, other than just simply playing a little better, but then simply playing better when you have to, and limiting those crucial mistakes that turn into goals, that turn into, well, now we're down by multiple goals and we have to rally. And then they do rally, but then they just get another mistake for one reason or another, and it ends up in the back of the net, meaning, okay, we have to rally again. And then by the time the game's over, it was just too much to ask in too little time. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far into it, leave a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed it and you would like to see more like it. Let me know what you thought about this game and what the Jackets could do to change something down in the comment section below. I'm all ears. I'm open for suggestions as to what they could do. But once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next one.